Minasan konnichiwa und willkommen. And today we're going to be talking about tons of amazing facts about anything. Fact number 1. Did you know that General Tso's chicken was actually based on a real-life general named General So Su Tang? Yeah, I didn't know about that either until I saw the documentary film The Search for General Tso. Kim Il-sung was born the same day the Titanic sank, on April 15th, 1912. Eric Stoltz was originally supposed to play Marty McFly, but was replaced with Michael J. Fox at the last minute, even though Michael J. Fox was busy doing Family Ties at the time. YouTube was founded in 2005, and the first ever video that was ever uploaded was actually one of YouTube's founders that actually went to the zoo to look at some elephants, or elefantes in Spain and Mexico. Japan is home to many great seiyuu, including Masako Nozawa, Daisuke Gori, Ryusei Nakao, Hideo Ishikawa, Takeshi Kusao, Ryuzaburo Otomo, Hideo Kojima, Koji Igarashi, Keiji Inafune, Akira Toriyama, Naoko Takeuchi, etc. Origami was originally from China before the Japanese perfected the technique several centuries later. But it wasn't from Japan originally. It was originally from China. Hollywood, California is home to many famous actors, actresses, and directors. But we'll talk about the directors in particular, like Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Chris Columbus, Francis Ford Coppola, George Cukor, William Wyler, Billy Wilder, Alfred Hitchcock, Victor Fleming, you name it. The Wizard of Oz made its television debut in 1956, which was 61 years ago. And it's still one of the most beloved movies of all time, aside from Gone with the Wind, starring Vivien Leigh and Clark Gable. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Hans Christian Andersen was a famous Danish storyteller, famous for many of his classic tales, like Thumbelina, The Little Mermaid, The Ugly Duckling, The Steadfast Tin Soldier, and The Red Shoes. In the German dubbed version of SpongeBob SquarePants, or SpongeBob Schwammkopf, the title character is dubbed over by Santiago Ziesmer, who is also known as Steve Urkel in the German dubbed version of Family Matters, and the first voice for Vegeta in the German dubbed version of Dragon Ball Z, and was also one of the title characters from the German dubbed version of Ren and Stimpy, or Ren und Stimpy. William Hanna and Joseph Barbera started their cartoon work at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer in 1939, and then would eventually create their own studio 18 years later, in 1957. Nintendo roughly translates as Leave Luck to Heaven in Japanese. Shigeru Miyamoto is the creator of Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, aka Zelda no Densetsu, and Metroid. The Angry Video Game Nerd was originally called the Angry Nintendo Nerd, but James Rolfe, eventually changed the name to the Angry Video Game Nerd to avoid trademark controversy and trademark issues. In the Japanese dubbed versions of many Disney productions, some of the Disney characters like Bert from Mary Poppins, the Genie, the Beast, Donald Duck, Mushu, Sebastian, and Stitch are all dubbed over by famous Japanese voice actor Koichi Yamadera, who's basically the Japanese Mel Blanc and Frank Welker. In the Latin American dubbed version of The Simpsons, Homer, or Homero, is dubbed over by Humberto Vélez y Victor Manuel Espinosa. In Quebec, he is dubbed over by Hubert Gagnon. In Germany, he was dubbed over by Norbert Gestel. In Japan, he was dubbed over by Toru Ohira. And in Italy, he was dubbed over by Tonino Cola. And in Spain, he was dubbed over by Carlos Revilla. In the Pioneer and Funimation dubbed versions of Dragon Ball Z, Son Goku has been dubbed over by Ian James Corlett, also known as Mega Man, Kirby Morrow, Peter Kelemis, and Sean Schemmel. I mostly prefer Ian James Corlett and Sean Schemmel on the English-speaking side, with Masako Nozawa from Japan and Mario Castañeda from Mexico. Alvin and the Chipmunks was originally created by Roz Bagdasarian Sr. and actually provided all the voices until his death in 1972. Then, 7 years later, his son Roz Bagdasarian Jr. and his wife Janice Carmen have assumed the roles. And Roz Bagdasarian Jr. and Janice Carmen are still voicing them to this day, along with their sons Michael and Vanessa Bagdasarian. King Amadeus Mozart was truly a child prodigy, known in Japan as